and welcome to Naturally Kim's Knitting. I'm Kim and I'm your host, and this podcast is all about knitting and spinning and dyeing of yarn, all of which I do from from outside of Lima, Ohio. Yes, you may notice I've got a different thing on. This is the last stage of my thumb repair. Still not supposed to use the thumb. But I think this is kind of a reminder. Plus, it's a way to help keep it clean and everything. But now I can wash the rest of my fingers and my arm and everything. So, yes, those of you who like to see what I have done next, this is the next step. Okay, well, today is August 2nd, and this is episode 77. Yay! I don't know why I do that every time. I'm just so excited. You know, I love sitting here, and I can, in my mind, even though I don't know what some of you look like, I can picture myself just talking with you about the things that we're doing and just having a good time and not really worrying too much about if I make a fool of myself, because you guys know I probably will. Okay, we have several new members that have joined the Ravelry group just in time for our knit along that we're going to be doing. We have Colson 111322 from California. We have Pooch from Colorado. We have Marion Strict from Germany. I hope I said that right. Firefly from Nova Scotia, and Olga from Russia. Hi everybody, I am so glad you came, whether you're brand new or whether you've been watching this for a while. Okay, I love you guys. I just love doing this podcast for you guys, and I hope that you come back many, many more times. It just really warms my heart. Just a reminder, I don't believe I'm going to put the show notes on Ravelry anymore. What I'll do is I'll put a link to where you can find my show notes, excuse me, on WordPress and on Blogger. And from there you can get the links to Knitpick, Amazon, or Barnes & Noble. I've just become an affiliate with Barnes & Noble. So for any of those, if you click on the links through my show notes, it will take you to the spot, and I should get a couple pennies for any purchases that you make. So, without further ado, we might as well get started. Excuse me for bending over. Some of the things are rather large. It looks rather boring because our high temperatures have been the same for so long. But this is what I've done on my annual temperature Afghan. So yay for me. I have kept up to date. I have a feeling the next section is also going to be the same color. What I do for the border is I just add a border onto each little section of the zig or the zag. So like today, I will pick up the stitches here and make that to yesterday's temperature. I don't do today's until tomorrow. It's confusing, I know. So, yay, that's my annual temperature Afghan. And it is made from the 10 Stitch Zigzag by Frankie Brown. And I make it out of Knitpick's Wool of the Andes. And I have to tell you, this has grown on me. Oh, I'm sorry, Wool of the Andes Sports Yarn. This has grown on me. I've not been crazy about all the colors I picked. But I believe overall, I'm happy. So, yep, my annual temperature Afghan. Once I get done with this side, I'm going to repeat this on the other side. And then, seeing as how we'll have more days to do, I'm just going to start another row. So I'm going to have a wide Afghan, which is what I kind of wanted. I just didn't count my stitches right, so, you know. And yes, I am going, whoops, sorry. I'm going to show you my daughter's Afghan because I did a square on it, or a diamond on it this week. Oops, I'm sitting on it. There we go. Sorry about that. Let's see, make sure I get the right one up here. I did that one right there. That Delft blue one. Yes. I've not been, since I've been knitting slower because of this, I don't often get to this when I'm bouncing on the ball right now. So, because I've been working on my Afghan so I don't get behind, and then I work on a homespun project because that is for charity. And then, if I still have bounces to do, then I pick this one up. Just a second. Anyways, Molly knows I'm making it for her, but we don't have a set due date for it. I mean, if I got it done for Christmas, she'd get it for Christmas, but I don't think she will. Anyway, so her Afghan is made out of Knit Pick Swish DK, size 4 needles. It's the memory blanket pattern on Ravelry, and it's just the temperature Afghan. I use the chart that I get from weathergan.com to make this and to make mine. So I'm happy with it. I just haven't been able to work on it a lot lately. I'm not going to show you the Twisted Trail sweater for my grandson as much as I can't wait to work on it. I might try it this week since I'm a little bit less confined, but it still might be difficult to do cables without being tempted to bend my thumb. And I'm not supposed to do anything with my thumb yet. So, Twisted Trails right now is still in hibernation. It will come out soon, I hope. And then, I don't know why I'm showing you guys all this stuff that I'm not working on. I've made it past the heel on my Hello Spring Gales Art sock. But that's it. In fact, I'm kind of toying with the idea of making this a shorty because I like shorty socks. And I really have not made, when I make shorty socks, I always give them to my husband. So this might actually be a shorty sock for me. I can't decide. Because then I'll have leftover yarn. And I don't know what to do with it. So, I don't know. I may still make it a long sock. We shall see. But that's as far as I've gotten now. And that will be something else that will pick up soon. Just not right now. That's from Gail's Art Hello Spring Sock Blank. Gail's Art has lots of beautiful sock blanks on her Etsy store. You should go check it out. Wonderful, wonderful things. Then, of course, the thing I cannot show you, the super secret test pattern that I'm doing for CC on from Geeky Girls Knits. It's a beautiful shawl, and it's working up lovely. I just can't show it to you. Because if I showed you any of it, you might pick up the pattern. And that's what we're trying to prevent. We don't want anybody to steal her pattern. So, now, I waited till yesterday to do this. Because yesterday was August 1st. I've started my double knitting. Not much, because I just started it yesterday. But I am making this scarf from the Knitting Double book. It's called the Well-Crossed Scarf. We'll see if I can do this right. Now, this is to go along with the knit along that we have going on. And I'm hoping that people will join in. I chose this because I really want to learn how to do double knitting. So I went to Knit Picks and I bought this book, Double Knitting. And I bought the yarn. Oh, I should tell you, the yarn is Knit Picks, Palette, Marine Heather, and Mist. Anyways, Knitting Double is by Anya Bell. And like I said, I got it on Knit Picks because I wanted us to do this as a knit along because I want to learn how to do double knitting. So I will show you guys, if I get that finished by the end of September, I will show it, but it will not be part of the contest because that's not fair. I shouldn't be part of my own giveaways. I just shouldn't. What can I say? So anyways, I hope that for the rules of the knit along, you can go to the bottom of my show notes. And I can read them real fast. It's going from August 1st through September 30th. Any double knit project. In fact, you can poly dip this in any other any other knit along as long as you follow everybody's rules. And any project was not allowed to be started before August 1st. I made myself stick to that too, because I thought, I'm asking you guys to do it. Some of you have never done double knitting just like me. We're in this together, so we'll see what happens. Prizes, I haven't picked out which one yet, but there will be one skein of my Napier's Knits yarn along with a surprise prize. And for every 10 entries that I have, I will add another prize to be announced as we get to them. Excuse me. So anybody who might want to donate prizes, just PM me in Ravelry and we'll figure out how to do it. Anyways, when you complete an item, start a post in the Ravelry thread for this with a photo of your finished object and the pattern name if there is one. Because, like, I don't know about other people, if I like what I see, I'm going to click on the pattern and I may go over and I'll just make it right away. So I like to have the pattern names there just so I can do that if I really like something. Let's see, prizes, I didn't get to that, sorry. Prizes are determined by using random number generator. So whatever number we get, I draw from there, that's what wins. The one thing that I insist on is in order to enter this, you must be a member of the Naturally Kim's Knitting podcast group on Ravelry to participate. If you're not, if I draw your name to win and you're not, sorry, I'll have to draw another one. Or random number generator will have to generate another one. So I'm sorry about that. The thread will be locked on the morning of October 1st, and the winners will be drawn to be announced on that week's podcast. So for any giveaways, prizes, competitions, knit-alongs, whatever that I host, the winners have 2 weeks from the day that we announce the winner in order to claim their prize. If you do not claim it by that 2 weeks, I'm sorry, my dog's distracting me. The prize will go back in the little prize hopper and it'll be redistributed next time. Okay, so that's for the double knitting with you and me knit along. I tell you, I didn't think I had a whole lot to talk about today, but I really, really do. Then I have one last project I'm working on. Ah! My needle fell out. Oh my goodness. This is a homespun scarf that I am knitting. This is the other thing I'm doing when I'm bouncing on the ball. So this is the reason I don't always get to Molly's Afghan. This is some fiber that I spun up myself. Oh, I get up there and it fades it out. So I'll have to hold it back here. Anyways, it's a simple knitting and purling design. This will be given to the soup kitchen, as long as I don't lose all my stitches. Okay, that's everything that's on my needle. I have no finished objects. So I've already talked about, I'm on to things that make me happy. I've already talked about the double knitting knit-along. Makes me very happy. I am so excited to be trying this. Then, if you remember last week, I dyed some yarn using Easter egg dye. Well, I had another kit left. So, and I had some bare fleece. I got this from Knit Picks. And I don't remember which kind it was. If I figure it out by the time I edit, I'll put it in here. I probably will. But look at this. This is done with Easter egg dye. There's a lot more white than what I would have liked to have had, but this was a lot to dye with just one packet of Easter egg dye. I love it. I cannot wait to spin it up. I will try to show it to you guys after I do. It may have to be the next thing on my wheel. I've got something else on my wheel right now, but this may be next. I'm so excited. I love this. So next year after Easter, I may have to get myself some Easter egg dye and just go to town because I love those colors. I love the way it worked out. That was using the entire, I think it's 6 colors, that was in the PAAS, P-A-A-S, Easter egg kit. I used one whole pack on the yarn last week that I did, and I used another whole pack on this one. So It was beautiful. Excuse me, I'm a little thirsty. I'm going to have some of my tea. It's not so bad. Okay, now, my goodness. This is why I don't know if it's going to be a short podcast. Because I have books to show you guys. Things that I've gotten this week in the mail. I just have to figure out where I put them all because I have a lot of them. And a couple books will be for giveaways. I haven't started reading these, but when I read the description on the places where I blog, oh, that one can't, okay. On the place I blog, I like the description, or I like the authors, and so I see if I can get them. This one is by Bethany House, and it's called The Assault. It's actually a part of the Harbingers, the second book of the Harbingers series, but it's written by Bill Myers, Frank Peretti, Angela Hunt, and Alton Gansky. I don't think I've read anything by the last one, but I have read the other three. So, hey. Let me read a little bit about it. The first book was called An Invitation. So, An Invitation, 4 beloved and best-selling suspense authors introduce supernaturally gifted characters on a race to stem the tide of growing evil. Now, Bill Myers, Frank Peretti, Angela Hunt, and Alton Gansky return with the next cycle of fast-paced, riveting tales. So we have The Revealing, Infestation, Infiltration, and The Fog. I don't think I've read the first book, so I think I'm going to have to get it. But I'll probably be reviewing this in the next week or so because the way I've been reading books, since I can't knit so fast, I've been making up for it with reading. Just wait till I get to my book reviews. Then I got this one by Cindy Woodsmall, that is her name, Gathering the Threads. I had thought that I could give this away, but, well, I can give it away. I just can't resell it. So, anyways, after I read this one, I may be giving it away. This one is finally back in the old order Amish world she loves. Will Ariana's new perspective draw her family closer together or completely rip them apart? So this is an uncorrected proof. I can't resell it, but I can give it away. So this one may be given away after I'm done. Because if I keep up all the books I review, my bookshelf's so full. So full. Okay, now another book, which I've just started reading, but it's really good. It's called Just Saying. And it's by Dandy Daly McCall. Nick and Cassie almost had their perfect family. Their parents were getting married, and that meant a best friend brother and a sweet little sister for Cassie, and Nick would have Cassie as his partner in crime. When their parents mysteriously call off their wedding and Cassie is left in her Graham's care, Cassie and Nick become almost step pen pals. Through letters, they scheme about how to get their favorite game show, The Last Insult Standing, and just maybe figure out, or how to get on their favorite game show, and just maybe figure out how to get their parents back together. Just Saying is a heartwarming, funny story told through letters, demonstrating the powers that words have to tear people apart or bring them together. And like I said, I've just started reading it. I love this book. It's going to read really fast. I'll have it read in the next day or so. That's the way I've been reading. Anyways, that's Just Saying. Okay. I'm tickled because I sent off to Dover, yeah, I wanted to make sure I got the right company, for one book that I was going to review and then give away. And bless their heart, they sent me 2 coloring books too. I love my coloring books. Not yet, but in another month, I'll be back to coloring. It's hard to do between fingers or left-handed. I'm just not that talented. Anyway, so this is by Creative Haven, Art Nouveau Jewelry Designs coloring book. It's my kind, because there's no real set way to color them. I'm just going to show you some of the pictures. I just love this. My mother, I love her dearly. I really, really did. But she, well, still do. But I remember once coloring a Charlie Brown coloring book. And you know how his shirt is yellow with the black zigzag? I wanted to make it another color. I just did. And my mother had a fit because I was making it the wrong color. Well, that's what I love about coloring in my own house, because if I want to make somebody purple, I can. So that's Art Nouveau Jewelry Design Coloring Books. It looks wonderful. I didn't put a link. I'm going to have to see if I can find a link for this. But like I said, they sent me that one. They must know I love, maybe they looked at my orders in the past. Because then, I don't know if you guys know about my love for all things Celtic. And all things British, Irish, and Scots and Wales too. But my daughter and I went over to the UK for 5 weeks. My daughter was going over to study the history of the Celts. And I learned a lot. So I got Creative Heaven, Celtic, I don't know if it's mandalas or mandalas, coloring book. I love coloring these things. I love being creative with them, doing what I want with their designs. I know the color blows out when I do that, and I apologize. I'm going to see if I can figure out how to video with my phone. But I love these kind of patterns. There's over 30 patterns to choose from. I love this. I just really do. How did they know? I know that book wasn't on the request list because I would have requested it. They have for people who review books, a special place where you can go, and every month they send you an email telling you what craft books are available. This book I am giving away, mainly because I don't do origami. This is Easy Bird Origami by Tammy Yee. It looks like it would be easy because it tells you exactly, exactly how to do each thing. Yeah, there's a black Cape chickadee. There's a flame bower bird. If I could, I've never had luck doing origami. There's a rose-breasted cockatoo. I could show you all the little birdies. A Baltimore oriole. And some of them look a little bit more difficult than others, but I still think they're doable. Hawaiian flycatcher. And on the back of each one, it tells a little bit about, oh my goodness. They have like my favorite book. Oh, I'm sorry. No, that isn't one favorite bird. I was going to say it's not the one. I like finches, but this is a Goldian finch. It's not a goldfinch. I love goldfinches. Lilac-breasted roller. Looks pretty. Silver-breasted broadbill. So they even show you on the back that what it looks like with its wings open, what it looks like with its wings closed. 30 pre-printed bird designs. Pretty cool. So, I think for this one, I'm just going to have you write your name under the thread on Ravelry for Easy Bird Origami. If you're interested in this, I hope I have a lot of interest. I would love to mail this off to somebody. So Easy Bird Origami, giveaway number 1. 1 week to claim it. Okay? I podcast on Wednesday, so you have until next Wednesday if you're interested. Okay, now, you probably thought I forgot that we finished up a MidLong. I haven't mentioned a thing about it. I haven't forgotten. So the winner of crafting from a book or with beads, and I will not do that again, put two different, totally different crafts like that together. I could have made that 2 different ones, but I didn't. Try, Linda. You are the winner. So you know what to do. You need to PM me with your address within 2 weeks. And I will, ooh, I covered it up. sorry. I love this yarn. I will send you this beautiful hand-dyed yarn, some of my yarn, and I will send you this double-pointed needle protector. This was made and given to me to give as a prize. So you will get both of those, but you do have to PM me before 2 weeks. Okay? Just a silly rule I have. Okay, now, I have got tons and tons of knitting books. And I have decided I'm going to start reviewing them with you. And there might be some that I will give away. You never know. The first book, I actually got this, I'm pretty sure from Knit Picks. If I did, I will put, if it's not, it was from Amazon. And I will put a link in the show notes where you can find it. This is Drop Dead Easy Knits. I might have even shared this before. I'm not sure. But I know not everybody who would have seen it may not have seen the review. But it has so many pretty easy patterns. There's a beautiful cardigan. I got to put it down while I turn the pages. It's a little hard for me to hold it up while I do it. With a nice little pocket on it. And I'm not giving this one away. I'm just reviewing it. A wrap. My rule is, as long as there's 2 patterns in the book that I like, I keep it. What's this called? Portillo cowl. I might make that. So far, that's 3 patterns I like. See if there's any. Oh, okay, I like these 2. Turoa mitts. I like those. I like mitts. The socks I have to look a little bit closer because if they are top down, I will not make them. Yep, they're top down. They're pretty socks, but I will not make them. Oxbow socks because I only do toe up socks. My toes never stay together with the other ones. Oh, I like this too. Keynote pullover. So I'm thinking every week, every 2 weeks, I will pull a couple books off my shelf, and I'm just going to review them with you. Parley cardigan. Of course, it's a good color for me. Ah, sorry, I got the glare. I got the glare. Sorry. I like this shawl. Abide shawl. How can I get that? There we go. Because if I don't have the light on, it's not bright enough here. One of these days I am going to try taping other places and see how it works. Here is an interesting scarf. Grand Central scarf. I'm not sure. It's my son would probably like that. Sorry. I'm trying to get it so it doesn't glare so much on the pattern. Tilt it up, and I won't glare as much. Ooh. These are probably cuff down socks too. Because whenever I like socks, they're like that. Idlewild socks. This next chapter is called Drinking Buddies. They rate them by relaxed. What else? I want to see what another rating is. That one's relaxed. Well, I'm supposing they should be if they're easy. Huh? Mindless. I need some mindless knitting sometimes. Relaxed. So anyways, Star-Eyed Julep Throw. I haven't made a throw for a while. Not like that. Another beautiful cow. So this is a wonderful book, I tell you. They have a hat in here. Boot toppers. Headbands. Oh, a cute little gift bag. Okay, what's that one? I gotta see what it's... Oh, I like this too because they have sections on a pattern that says concentration zone, cruise control, concentration zone, cruise control. That's a relaxed one though. They have... Next chapter is family entanglements. They have a cute, looks like a very easy hat. Should make that for my husband. He's the one that goes outside and shovels. It's a pretty little scarf. Not so little, but you know, it's pretty. Another, oh, a pillow. I like making pillows too. So, oh, they have a dog sweater. My puppy probably will try to chew it up, but hey. Finger puppets, which would be good to make for my Grinch. There's a nice little sweater. If I can make it in his size, that would be good for my grandson. They don't want any blankets. My daughter told me that she had plenty of blankets, didn't. Oh, yeah, it comes in his size. The pattern does. Oh, good. Oh, good. I'm going to make that for him. Because even though they're in California, when it's, you know, like January, February, March, it can be coolish out there. So they sometimes need things like this. They have little stuffed animals. They have a bunny. They have another hat for kids. So it's filled with nice, fun, easy patterns. I will definitely put a link on the show notes for where you can get this. I have a book I'm giving away. I'm giving it away not because I don't want it, but because I wanted it so much I bought 2 copies. I was looking through my bookshelf this morning and I found this book, which I had just purchased from Amazon. Cornish Guernseys and Knit Frocks. I mean, it is filled. I love the picture. A little weird. I love the old-time knit pictures. I have a book very similar for the fisherman knit. And, I mean, you know. But it's more than just pictures. It has some of the history of the different towns. I love how she's knitting standing up. But then it also has 30 patterns. So, it's a kind of book I love. And if you're interested in it, I'm going to do the same thing I did with the other one, where I put Cornish Guernseys and Knit Frocks. Just put your name underneath it if you're interested. I mean, you could just put your Ravelry name. You don't have to put your real name. And I will draw a winner for this next week. Then I have another book here, which I know I reviewed not that long ago. It's called Knit the Sky. And it just has... Okay, here's the little summation on the back. Record the beauty and emotion of everyday experiences, not on the paper pages of your journal, but on the soft and woolly surface of your knitting. Leah Redmond has 32 inspiring ideas to start you on your next knitting adventure. So there's a doodle daydream, let your imagination wander, knitting a pencil skirt on actual pencils while experimenting with a variety of stitch patterns. Knit the sky. Every day, knit a stripe in colors that match that particular day's sky, slowly creating your own wearable weather history. So I love it. And the illustrations are so cute. I mean, look. And each day has something to do. I love this book. It's so funny because I was given this to review, and I had thought when I pulled it off the shelf that I would give this away. I can't. I love this book. I'm sorry. I just really do. So, Knit the Sky. I will put a link. So if you're interested, I will put a link for it on Amazon. I love it. What can I say? I am sorry. But I have 2 books that I'm giving away. So, let's see. Oh, you know, I have already over a half an hour on this. I got into such a reading mode this week. If you're interested in seeing book reviews for some of the books I've read Piper's Parish, The Legacy, Freedom's Ring. Oh, The Legacy and Freedom's Ring. So good. Last Call. Also very good. The Story of Arthur Truelove by Elizabeth Berg. It was a good book too. It's not necessarily a Christian book, but it's a good book. And then Water My Soul from an Old Order Mennonite. So if you're interested in reading any of those book reviews, to the left of the titles, click on the words book review. Okay, if you're interested in the book, just click on the title of the book and it will take you to Amazon where you can purchase the book. That easy. Then I got to tell you a little bit about my daughter's blog because I love it. Beyond the Schoolyard. They went to create a craft class this week, and they were making houses. So my granddaughter made an upside down house for her family, and then they were allowed to pick so many figures that they could then put dress up clothes on. So she had fun with that, and then they got to play on a trampoline for a little bit, and all kinds of fun things, free things that they can do. You know, just well, the art class costs, but it's at Michael's. But they also went to their grandparents' house out there, and it was so cute because Mom and Dad needed to help Grandma and Grandpa move some furniture. Well, while Mom and Dad were doing that, I love how kids can have fun for free. They took the cushions off of a sofa, and my granddaughter made a fork, first of all. Then she made her own little lounge chair. She just looked so comfortable in it. But anyways, if you're looking for ideas of things to do with your little ones, she usually lists lots of books to go along with what they're doing, and then she also tells the activities and have pictures. So just click on that link, and she would love to have you look at her things. Okay, now, at the beginning and at the end are where I try to put where you can find me. I'll just say it real fast here, and you know, that way if you need to hear the words, that's fine. I am Napier's Knits. That's my own page on Ravelry, but that's also the name of my Etsy store where you can get some of my yarn. On Instagram, I'm knittin_Kim. I haven't been on there for the last week or so because I really have not had a lot to show. I'm Naturally Kim's Knitting on Ravelry. That's our podcast group page. And I'm also Naturally Kim's Knitting on YouTube, Blogger, Facebook, and WordPress. So you can find me in all those places. It has been fun to talk with you guys today and to share. It's nice to be getting more and more of my hand back every week. Big hugs to everybody. I love you. Hey, I did it. And I hope you have a wonderful week with very few, if any, mistakes. And any mistakes you have, I hope are easily repairable. I love you. I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.